I lost my identity when I went through FGM. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what was my place in society. I didn't know how strong I could be, because cutting me was telling me that I'm not good enough.
The questions that kept haunting Ina Morja when she was subjected to female genital mutilation. As she struggled with the trauma and immense physical and mental pain, she stood up for the cause and raised her voice against the barbaric practice. Ina Morja hails from Mali and owes her name to her mother, which in an African dialect means Ina is no good or Ina is bad. A musician by profession, Ina now uses music to spread awareness against FGM.
When I was a teenager and I was on my path to become a woman, for me it was a very tough time. The path was really full of hurt and suffering, because I had the physical pain and I also had the psychological pain, because, for me, not knowing who I was becoming, because I felt that I would never become a woman, because I had something missing and I wasn't worth it. It took a lot away from what I could achieve as a teenager and what I could realize as a teenager.
Female genital mutilation involves the removal of all or part of the external female genitalia for non-medical reasons. An estimate says that globally, around 200 million girls have suffered FGM. The practice is most prevalent in 29 countries in Africa and the Middle East, and is also now known to be common in several Asian countries. It is rooted in gender inequality and ideas about purity, modesty, and aesthetics. Elderly women of the community, mothers or grandmothers, are the ones who usually initiate and carry out the practice. In many countries, people fear that failing to have their daughters and granddaughters cut will expose the girls to social exclusion. Somalia is a country which has the highest rate of FGM in the world. Statistics indicate that about 98% of Somali women have gone through the process. The ancient ritual causes many health problems which are sometimes fatal. Some bleed to death or die from infections, while others die later in life from childbirth complications. Although frequent campaigns and global awareness measures by governments and international bodies have led to decline in FGM numbers, a lot is still there to be done.
I want to stand up and tell the world that FGM is not something that we need to talk about, but to end it like right now.
Ina Morja and Kezia Bianca now symbolize the fight against FGM. They come from two different countries, different backgrounds, but their plight is similar. Their goal is the same. Defeating the ancient custom well established in societies is not an easy task, but ignoring the pain of millions of women left to suffer in silence is even tougher.